early game plan to get the ball into the paint as opposed to shooting jumpers?
Yes, I mean, we did go in wanting to get the ball on the inside. They did a very good job of making sure that didn't happen. We were unsuccessful with that.
The turnovers were uncharacteristic, it seemed, for your team. How much of that was a function of Pitt's defense or what you viewed as a carelessness on your own players' part?
No, I mean, quite honestly, I thought that they were extremely physical, and that relates to scoring in the post and our turnovers, and I think we were waiting for the refs to make the adjustment as opposed to us taking it into our own hands.
You said before that struggling offensively hasn't affected the defense. Do you feel like tonight it did affect the defense?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if one's related to the other. You know, our defense was, thank you, was nowhere near where it has been all year. I'm not sure if that's related to the offensive end or not.
This is a new territory for you guys. I mean, how what's your feeling after this defeat?
It's embarrassing. I mean, that display. This group has not responded like we did today. I don't think that's characteristic of who this group is, but today was very disappointing. Now, we have some things we know we need to address, and that will be addressed. Like I said, I don't think this is, I know this isn't who we are, but tonight was very disappointing.
Coach, I know you said tonight's performance is uncharacteristic of this group. The offensive struggles, though, I mean, we've failed to score 50 points for a couple games. Do you think is there any change you have in mind? Do you think it's something just bad luck with the rims, or what do you think's going on?
It's not just bad luck with the rims, and we've continued and tried to make changes as the season is going on. It's not like we're just sticking our head in the sand and saying, hey, let's not worry about it. We've worked on a lot of different things as the season has progressed.
Anything in particular?
A lot of different things. There's no one thing. Different kinds of shots, different people shots, different kinds of movement, different kinds of motion.
You said the defense wasn't where it's been all year. What was that what you guys were doing, what they were doing? What was the difference?
It's probably a little bit of both. I mean, you have to give them credit. I think that they got hot relative to how they had been playing now. A lot of those looks were open. You know, you play against a team like that, and it showed up today. I mean, we scouted before, we talked about how they will hold the ball for 30 seconds and try to score in the last 5. And if you go back over the game today, I think 4, 5, 6 times where they scored with maybe even more, you know, with under 5, 6 seconds. So, you know, it's one of those teams where you can't go in because of the way they hold the ball offensively. You can't go in and just think you can play defense, get to be attentive for 35 seconds, and that level of attentiveness, which we have been pretty good at for the most part, was not there today.
We're not used to seeing you get a technical. How much of that was overall frustration of the game, or was it timed to just that one point?
You'd have to ask the official. I don't think I did anything that was out of character for me or anything different than I was doing for most of the game. Was it out of the box? Yes. Now, you watch as many games as I do, maybe how many people get out of the box.
As a coach, how do you help your players get past missing shots, wide open shots they normally make? How do you help them get past that?
We've got to figure that out because we're missing wide open shots. I don't know. You know, this is, you know, we have a lot of things we have to work on. You know, we always say you try not to let a breakdown or a bad possession at one end of the court affect what happens at the other end of the court. You know, but our guys are confident. They're ball players. It's not like these guys are little babies, and so they know you're going to miss shots. You have to keep playing.
How much different did Pitt's offense work against you from what you saw at Rutgers and Cincinnati, and how much did Woodall have to do with that?
Clearly, it worked a lot better against us today than it did against Rutgers and Cincinnati. And I think it was a collective effort. I mean, Woodall was terrific. There's no doubt about that. He was very good. He had the ball in his hands. He makes them go. He made them go today. But I thought all their guys were pretty good today. As a collective unit, I thought they were good.
Questions for the players?
Nate, how much did Adams change the game inside with his size and strength?
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, and you know, we couldn't figure it out. We struggled, obviously, rebounding the ball in both halves, and I think it's a pretty big part of that.
Nate, someone said before there were a lot of turnovers. How frustrating was it out there on offense to not be able to get anything consistent going again?
Yeah, it was frustrating. You know, we tried to remain positive and you know, get ourselves going. We had a surge there where we got some offensive rebounds in the second half, and we tried to play out of that, and we came out of a timeout, and you know, they scored 8 straight points, so we kind of just never responded.
Nate, coach just called it an embarrassing game. It's one of the, one of the veteran leaders of the team. Is there something you can do to rally the troops, something you might plan to say to either put this in perspective or get it turned around?
You know, I think that's on all of us. You know, the older guys, the younger guys. You know, we need to, as coach said, we have some things that we need to address, and you know, they will be addressed, and we have to you know, remain positive that we're going to fix these things and just move on from there.
Is there some level of just disbelief that you guys were behind by that much? Or even at halftime down 50?
I mean, we just tried to come out second half, you know, and pick a lot of things up. We knew we were down a lot, but I mean, we've been there before, and we know that we can catch back up. Unfortunately, things just didn't go our way. You know, it was just too hard to catch back up.
I know. What made their defense so hard for everyone to work against? Was there anything different about it compared to other teams you watched play today?
I mean, it's the Big East, you know, defense, you know, it's hard, you know. Even every game you play, you know, defense, it's just always surrounding you, you know. I think their defense had pretty much a part in that, you know.
Porter, what do you say to yourself when you're missing shots that you normally make, or you're capable of making? What do you say to yourself?
I mean, just keep playing, that's what I say to myself.
Any other questions?
One for Coach. I mean,
We're good.
yeah, okay. Obviously, with Josh Smith being on the bench, I guess it's clear that he's enrolled. Could you just comment, I know it's a ways off, but what ideally he might bring to the team next year?
The interior presence. But that's, as you said, that's quite some time away, and we got a group in there now that's had a very difficult, disappointing game, and we're worried about the big fella later. Right now, you know, we're the same guys, you know, we're the same group. We just played poorly today, and it's not like we're sitting here, we're gonna put our heads in the sand and say, oh, let's throw that out the window, forget about it. No, there's a lot of things that showed up today that need to be addressed, and will be, as Nate said. But we're still the same guys we were a couple weeks ago.
Anything else?